Yeah.
Hello everyone, it's Attacker72 here, and for today, so the DLC Booster Course Pass for 8 Deluxe was released last week, and I must say, despite some of them feeling a little boring and some that feels, off the quality and such, it does leave out a good first impression on the first wave, and especially what's coming up next for the next 5 waves throughout this year and 2023. And yeah, there may be some concerns about its quality, but it kind of leaves a good impression, but that's pretty much just my opinion. However, though, there are some fans that wasn't really great, that weren't really happy about this, not because of the Booster Course Pass and 8 Deluxe getting more content, but it's the fact that we didn't get any new characters, or, any new characters announced or added in this roster. Now, when it comes to Mario Kart games in general, the roster is usually one of the best parts, and as you can see from Deluxe here, there is definitely a few varieties, such as aside from Mario and Friends, you get to play as a few ones, such as a lot of these baby characters, the Koopalings, and during that time when it was released back in 2017, they added at least 6 new characters, that being King Boo, Dry Bones, Bowser Jr., Inkling Girl and Inkling Boy, and Gold Mario. And I guess you can say they added a brand new costume back at around, I think, 2018, and that was the champion tunic from Breath of the Wild for Link. Even though it doesn't count as a character, a nice costume change is definitely something. Though, it's been like 5 years now, ever since Day 8 Deluxe was out, and there still hasn't been any new characters added. So I think it's time we change that by asking ourselves, what if there was a character core, like a booster character pass, or whatever you want to call them, that expansion and such. Since we're getting courses, characters would definitely vary up the roster more often, especially for that, especially for some characters that, are clones and such. That's why I have a whole list in this entire video, especially with some like a few surprises at the very end of it. But with that, let's just not waste time. Let's just start asking ourselves what characters would get added if there was a character booster course pass. The first batch I want to talk about is at least a few characters that has really needs to be returned at some point. First is Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong is one of the most popular Donkey Kong characters, and the fact that he didn't get added in Deluxe was such a surprise. I remember being a little disappointed that Bowser Jr. wasn't in the original Mario Kart 8 game, but since he was added in Deluxe, I was at least expecting Diddy Kong to get added, given how Donkey Kong is the only character so far that is, from the Donkey Kong franchise. Diddy Kong did not, and I think it's time we get to see him return. And, oh yeah, I kind of forgot to mention that there may be a lot of these characters that I'm gonna mention that, are originally gonna be from Tour. Since Mario Kart Tour is considered canon, I think it's time we, implement some of those characters from Tour all the way to 8 Deluxe if Nintendo has the time to make any new characters. Diddy Kong is, like I said, Diddy Kong not only needs to return, but he's been requested by many fans to at least remake a huge comeback, since the last appearance he made was in Mario Kart Wii. If I want to count Deluxe, if I want to count Tour, then I guess so, but when it comes to a very long gap, Wii is definitely one of the games that Diddy Kong really needs to, that Diddy Kong himself has to make a comeback. I can say the same thing about Birdo. Now, Birdo is also a character that didn't appear for a long time since Wii, and just returned in Mario Kart Tour. However, I know there are fans out there that wants to see Birdo once again, since, we do get the colored Yoshis, and, imagine when Birdo gets added, we do get the colored Birdos as sort of, alternate costumes. That makes me kind of think that if there's ever going to be a costume, some sort of a costume pack, then maybe there could be some for Birdo, and some for Toad, since it's surprising that we didn't get any color variants for Toad. So yeah, Birdo, just like with Diddy Kong, has to make a huge comeback, another requested character as such. And now, finally, I want to talk about the last character that needs to be returned, according to many fans, Funky Kong. Funky Kong not only is one of the most funniest and popular Donkey Kong characters, but given how his popularity was in Wii, he definitely made one of the best combinations to, ever exist in a Mario Kart game. And that's why many loved him. Like, many loved this character in the roster just because of how unexpected he was, how he made the best ever character and vehicle combo, and especially how many would like to see, make a lot of memes for Funky Kong. But I do want to see him return since, I guess I'm a sucker for Wii at this point. It's kind of weird how the past few games I've talked about, most of how the past few characters I've talked about, all three of them are basically from Mario Kart Wii that has yet to return, and I think they just returned in tour. I don't get it, but it just seems weird to just see them in a mobile game than an actual console one. Alright, since we're done with the few returning characters, now we get to the majority of this video, that be the newer characters. The first one being Pauline. It's an obvious pick that Pauline would really be a great choice to get added in this game, for a few reasons. One, she was one of the most popular Mario characters. Two, ever since her appearance and comeback in Mario Odyssey, she's been making a few prominent roles. I mean, I wouldn't say roles, but prominent playable appearances in a few Mario spin-off games. One of them being Mario Tennis Aces and Mario Golf Super Rush, and you guessed it, Mario Kart Tour. So it's really obvious to see Pauline, as not only would it make a great character addition, but it's the fact that I really don't think Nintendo would just break the chain of having Pauline not get added into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now, while Toad is my least favorite character of the entirety of the Mario cast, Captain Toad would definitely be an interesting character, and plus, I would like to see how his stats are in the game, because since if we're gonna include his bag, I would definitely like to see him count as a heavyweight character. Plus, I mean, you can consider this character a bit of a, like a different character than the actual Toad, since, I mean, heck, we do get Toad and Toadette, and I guess if you want to count, Captain Toad is definitely one of the characters that, that is a little more unique, in my opinion. Plus, like I said, a heavyweight character would definitely match him since he has his backpack with him. Now, Hammer Bro is one of the most iconic and Mario enemies out there, though in my opinion, I don't know why, I just get a feeling that Hammer Bro is a little underrated when it comes to being playable characters. So, Hammer Bro, I'm surprised Hammer Bro hasn't made a prominent playable appearance in a Mario Kart game, and yes, you guessed it, he was added in Tour, but imagine, implemented the model into the game, into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and plus, just like with Birdo, he could have a different color variant, but instead of calling it, blue Hammer Bro or red Hammer Bro, instead they're based off the different elements or weapons of the Hammer Bros, some of them being the regular Hammer Bro, the other one being Ice Bro, Boomerang Bro, and Fire Bro. Those definitely would make a great addition if they are ever going to add Hammer Bro at some point. And like I said, I don't know why, but it feels like he's one of the most underrated Mario enemies that feels like should get added as playable characters. Now, I don't know any Monty Mole fans out there, but wouldn't it be kind of bizarre to see a mole play in this, to see a mole race card in this game? I mean, heck, if we're gonna see babies, turtles, and gorillas to fight, maybe a mole would definitely be a nice addition. Plus, it definitely fixed the wackiness, and I really am curious to see how Nintendo is able to animate all the different poses and the different, I guess you can say the trick shot poses every time he goes up a ramp. Monty Mole would definitely be a very fun character to get added, and a pretty surprising one in my opinion. Alright, I think it's time we all say this. Kamek deserves to be in Mario Kart for like this much. Because the thing about Kamek, though, is that despite him being in Mario Kart Tour, the problem about him is how he gets projected in the mainline major console Mario Kart games. He was supposed to be a playable character according to the beta image of Mario Kart 64, and apparently he was supposed to be in Mario Kart 8, the original, according to a data mine that showed the character's logo/emblem. So, I don't know why they removed Kamek at all, or Mega Koopa, and yet they somehow added him to Tour. So, I think it's time we give Kamek some justice and finally give him a prominent and actual playable appearance in a console Mario Kart game this time. It's a Nintendo. If you're hearing this, if you're ever gonna make a character, if you're ever gonna make a character pass, or add any characters at all, Kamek should definitely be one of them. Our next character is a bit of a double one of them being Boom Boom and Pom Pom. Now, while they may be the most boring and worst mini-boss of the Mario franchise and all, Boom Boom and Pom Pom definitely makes a lot of prominent roles lately when it comes to, them being a mini-boss and, everything else. Plus, we do see them playable in some Mario spin-off games, such as Pom Pom in Super Mario Party and Boom Boom in Mario Tennis Aces. So I guess it could be cool to see a mini-boss, get in a Mario Kart, like a Mario Kart appearance. I mean, if the Koopalings can get in, then so can the mini-bosses. Now, this is sort of similar to Captain Toad, but Peachette would definitely be an interesting character to play as, because, I mean, unlike Pink Gold Peach, Peachette actually seems more of a unique and cooler character than, some of the characters we got, and especially Cat Peach. Like, I don't personally like Cat Peach as a playable character, and so is Pink Gold Peach. So Peachette, so Peachette, I can see them, implemented the model from Tour all the way to 8 Deluxe, plus it would definitely vary up the character roster a bit more, and yeah, it is an extra Princess Peach character, but at least this one is a little more understanding and unique than the other two I've mentioned. Now, this is something of a character that I would definitely love to see. Chargin' Chuck. Chargin' Chuck is obviously in Tour, but he did make another appearance in Mario Golf Super Rush, which I might say was a really surprising pick for him to be a playable character in Mario Golf and such. Plus, heck, a football player playing going go-karting, that is definitely a sight to see. And now the next couple of characters I do want to talk about are two Donkey Kong characters, that being Dixie Kong and King K Rool. Dixie Kong is a character that I've also seen many requested alongside Diddy Kong to be playable in a Mario Kart game, and yeah, she's in Tour. I think it's really obvious that most of the characters I'm going to be talking about is all from Tour, and I feel like Nintendo has to find a way to implement the model all the way to Deluxe. Dixie Kong hasn't really made that much playable appearances lately, which I do find a little surprising. If we're not gonna count Tropical Freeze, Funky Kong plus Funky Mode, Dixie Kong seems like a character that at least deserves a lot more love and more playable appearances, since, Donkey Kong, he definitely needs more Donkey Kong characters, and especially with King K Rool. King K Rool, even though he hasn't been in a major Donkey Kong game in over a decade, it would definitely be nice to see him being playable in a Mario spin-off game again. The last time I remember he was in was, I think, Mario Slugger's Charged, I can't recall, but it was definitely a Mario baseball game. King K Rool, like I said, with Dixie Kong, more Donkey Kong characters, and the plus, who doesn't love to see his old arch nemesis go-karting? The next one I do want to talk about is something I'm very surprised wasn't added to the original Mario Kart 8 game, yet somehow hasn't not made any major appearances lately. Nabbit. Now, while Nabbit is an unknown character to many fans, I do want to say him playing in Mario Kart would really be great. Plus, it would definitely be nice to see, the combinations and, all the poses and the strikes, everything else. Nabbit, I'm surprised, like I said, wasn't innate. So, I think it's time we give him a spotlight. And finally, King Bob-omb. Yes, a very big bomb in a Mario Kart game. They managed to somehow make him playable in Mario Kart Tour, but also like Chargin' Chuck, also a playable character in Mario Golf Super Rush. I have no idea how a giant bomb is able to, go-kart, but Tour proves it wrong, and I can definitely see a lot of funny moments of King Bob-omb in there. And you may think I'm gonna end this whole video off with just his character. However, the one prominent thing I did mention in the beginning of this video was the fact that there were a few guest characters. I think I mentioned it, I can't recall, but guest characters in Mario Kart games are somewhat of a great addition, and a very surprising one at that. The last time we ever gotten, the first one I think I recall was Ra back in Mario Kart DS, and then they added a few more guest characters. Wait, I think it was Pac-Man, or I think it was the Pac-Man characters. I cannot remember which guest character was first, but Pac-Man Pac-Man, Rob, Miss Pac-Man, Blinky the Ghost, and I think Tamagotchi were very surprising picks. But Link of all characters in a Mario Kart game, no one expected that, especially the Inkling Girl and Boy, and also the Animal Crossing characters. So that's why I also have at least 3 characters that are guest appearances. At this point, they should make Smash Bros. Nintendo, or Smash Bros. Card, or Nintendo card, whatever you want to call it. The first guest character I do want to talk about is Kirby's. Obviously, Kirby has been, he's been riding the Warp Star in all of the Kirby's games he's been. Plus, there was sort of a racing game of Kirby called Kirby Air Ride, so I wouldn't be surprised if he has his own car, or maybe use the Warp Star has his own vehicle. Imagine playing all the characters and using the Warp Star as the vehicle. That would have been pretty hilarious, but if we're just gonna go with a simple vehicle, then yeah, Kirby with a car definitely be something, and especially when you remember the whole Kirby situation in Kirby and the Forgotten Land. The next character I want to talk about is Captain Falcon from F-Zero. Well, this character's franchise has been dead for over a decade at this point, but, I think it's time for him to actually be a playable character in Mario Kart. If you don't know, F-Zero does actually get a few representations in this game, in the series. Back in Mario Kart Wii, there was the Blue Falcon, and then in 8 and the Deluxe, we also got a costume for the Miis, and especially 2 F-Zero tracks, that being Big Blue, and I cannot remember the other F-Zero course. Oh yeah, and I guess actually is the Blue Falcon in this game? I do not remember at all. But yeah, Captain Falcon, even though the franchise is dead for a long time, Captain Falcon at least deserves some love aside from Smash Brothers. And finally, the final guest character I would like to see is Fox McCloud from Star Fox. Star Fox has not gotten a new game in a long time, so yeah, let's give him an appearance in a Mario Kart game. Well, I mean, heck, he has the Landmaster and technically counts as a ground vehicle. Or if not, we could definitely have the R-Wing with wheels in this game. Like, a few guest characters definitely has a lot of potential to be great, as long as Nintendo, does it right with their property. I can definitely see a few guest characters also getting the roster, but would I definitely see this happening at some point? Well, not exactly. Now look, it's not to say that these characters may not happen at any time or point. We don't really know. Nintendo can be a little unpredictable at times, but we gotta just remember that the Booster Course Pass is still going on, and we still got 5 more waves to go, and, and heck, who knows, maybe Nintendo could really surprise us with a character Booster Course Pass, which kinda makes me think they should have done that with the actual Booster Pass, but who knows at that point. And even though as much as I want to see a lot of these characters, we'll just have to stick with the Booster Course for now. But I want to know what you guys think in the comments section below. Which characters would you like to see in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe if there was ever a DLC pass specifically for characters? And so with that, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. So leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos, follow me on Twitter, and if you guys do not want to subscribe, then that's completely fine by me. And remember this, once a legend, always a legend. Like a Hellcat.